Good morning. All right, as you can tell, I am not at my desk today. We have someone working on, we have a lot of people working on the roof. So it's just too loud to be at my desk. So, what does that mean for today? That means I don't have my computer in front of me, so I can't go over too much industry news. Um, I can't go over new jobs that we have open, but what I can do is LinkedIn profile reviews. So if you are, okay, we are live on LinkedIn. Okay. So if you are looking for a help with your LinkedIn or even help with your resume, you're more than welcome to leave a comment. We'll go over your LinkedIn profile. I think the key to success here, guys, is listen, LinkedIn is the world's largest ATS, applicant tracking system. So what does that mean? It means I can go on LinkedIn. Hunter, long time no see. Hello, I've been here. Just not streaming to Twitter. So glad to see you. So LinkedIn is like the biggest ATS. This is how people find you. Most of our recruiting is done on LinkedIn. So, how does it work? On the back end of LinkedIn, I can type in a bunch of words, and whoever has those words on their profile, they come up in a list. So, what's interesting is those that have the most of the same keyword, they come up first. So, I'd love to help you optimize your LinkedIn profile. Like I said, can't access new jobs, can't access my script because they're working on my roof. So here we are today doing this together. Um, let's talk about some of the most important points when it comes to LinkedIn. The first thing is going to be high cozy. ATS always good for a Web3 builder's CV. Totally agree with you. So regarding LinkedIn, I think one of the most important things is your tagline, right? When you're sending a connection request, what do they see? They see your first name, your last name, your picture, and your tagline and how many mutual connections you have. So our tagline is basically our selling point. It's our not our catchphrase, but it's the hook. It's what gets them. So I get about I don't know, 100 connection requests a week. And what happened with LinkedIn is it used to be like a dating app. You used to be able to swipe left and right to see who you wanted to connect with. That's gone. So now it is just you've got to click on each profile. You have to look at actually scroll down and look at their profile to decide if you want to connect with them, or you can just make that decision based off their tagline accept, reject, accept, reject. So that being said, you want to give yourself the largest opportunity to be accepted. So my LinkedIn tagline is the crypto recruiter or the tech recruiter, still new. The tech recruiter, and then the industries I worked in, and then maybe an accolade. So I would encourage you to do the same thing. You want it to say who you are. It's got to be clear. So I see like job seeker or music master, and that doesn't give me enough information. I'd have to click on your profile. And again, with 100 people a week, and like that's my job, right? My job is to go through LinkedIn profiles and double check who's reaching out. But most people are not doing that. So we want to give the best chance for them to accept our connection. So that being said, tagline, biggest thing, biggest reason for success. And here's a really great way you can do it. You can actually download LinkedIn profiles. I think someone else has to do it. I don't think you can do it, but you can always take a screenshot. And based off that screenshot, throw it into AI and say, hey, what would be a catchy headline for my profile? And then use that. But you don't want to be like, again, you don't want to put something silly like passionate about Web3, passionate about SaaS. You want to educate the reader, whoever is receiving your connection request. Here's who I am and here's what I do. Mutual connections are really important. So if I have no mutual connections with someone, it's a concern for two reasons. One, do they have the network that they need to be successful? And two, are they a real profile? This is something we're seeing every day is real versus fake profiles. Um, how do you validate your profile? So number one, the LinkedIn validation tool, it puts a little badge on your profile. Number two, recommendations. So a recommendation may seem a little awkward, but it vouches for you. It says, hey, I'm a real profile. Someone's willing to put their name on my profile. And it also says, hey, I did a good job. So I don't think recommendations hurt, but you want to connect with as many people as you can. However, you can only have 30,000 connections, and I'm getting close to that number. So if you're at 5,000, 3,000, be a little bit more relaxed about this. But if you're closer to the 30,000 mark, you've kind of got to be selective. So again, that's where the headline becomes so important. Um, Sorry, I'm like with all my dogs sitting here on the sofa. So if you hear some barking, I apologize. You can see Hunter in the back. So sorry, again, I'm usually in front of my computer. Let me just check our comments here to make sure I'm not missing anything. Guys, if you're here, say good morning. Let me know you're here. I'd love to chit chat. And also, profile review. If you want some help on your LinkedIn, let me know. I'd be glad to help. But yeah, 30,000 connections on LinkedIn. You want to send out 100 connection requests a week. This is important because, again, it validates your profile. It also validates that you're well connected. So you can send up to 100 connection requests a week. And the easiest way to do this is go to LinkedIn. In the search bar up top, type in, I don't know, let's say you're a marketing manager and you want to meet more marketing leadership. So type in CMO SaaS, right? So the industry that you're interested in and the type of profile you want to connect with. Now, on this, you're going to see on the left-hand side, you're going to see on the left-hand side on this page, and then it's going to list posts, people, jobs, whatever. Do not click on that. That does nothing for you. At the top of the page, you're going to see these bubbles: people, posts, groups, jobs. You want to click on the people bubble, not on this page, the people bubble. What that does is it'll bring up all the profiles that have some of the keywords that you're looking for. Now, we're talking about two different subscriptions. You have regular LinkedIn, I have LinkedIn Recruiter. Mine is going to be a much more hyper specific results. But if you filter by location, so let's say you're in Chicago, I'm in Chicago, and then it'll get all the people, most of the people that are relevant to your search. So it'll pull up CMOs with the keyword SaaS on their profile. So I think these things are really important when it comes to networking, because if you are Sir Rob, evaluate mine, I would love to. So if you are looking to grow your connection base, this is what you want to do. All right, let's jump into, am I pronouncing your name correctly? How do I open your profile on my iPad? Ugh, hold on. Okay, this is the first time I'm doing Hired and Wired off my iPad and my iPhone, so bear with me. I'm gonna look you up. Saurabh. Saurabh. And then last name Singh. Singh is not your profile picture. Hold on a second. Mary, I would love to. Why are you not coming up? People. Sarab, where are you located so I can filter on location? Okay, Flux, I'd be happy to. Why isn't? Yeah, Sarab, let me know your location so that way I can filter. There's quite a few of you on LinkedIn. Until we hear from Sarab, and I apologize if I'm not pronouncing your name correctly. Let me just make sure. Saurabh. Yeah, just let me know where you're located and I'll take a peek at that. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, give me a sec here, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me. Oh, nope, that's not you. Okay, we're gonna go to Mary. Really wish I had my computer in front of me. Naeger. Nae. There we go. All right, Miss Mary. This is you. Welcome in. All right. So Mary, what I'm seeing on your, I wish I could screen share here. Hold on 1 second. Sarab's in Singapore. Okay, beautiful. So, Mary, what I'm seeing on your LinkedIn profile, and if everybody wants to just follow along, I don't know if this is viewable or not, but the first thing I'm seeing is your banner photo, right? I think banner photos are really a way to tell people, hey, here's what I do, here's what I'm involved in. Now, I wouldn't put, a picture that's relevant and then your name and then your title. That's not something I would do. But if I'm looking at your profile, you are involved in governance, operations, project analyst, project coordinator. I'd love to ask you, and please comment in the chat here, what industry do you want to be in? Because it looks like you've got a lot of experience in regulated industries, but is there a specific vertical? Let's say you wanted to be in banking. I would literally just Google the word banking and see what comes up. You can just steal these pictures from Google. Don't tell anybody I told you that, but you can. So you want someone to come to your profile and say, oh, this is, sorry if you can hear the noise on my roof. Oh, this is what Mary's involved in. This is what I can expect as I read her profile. Now, I want to talk about the open to work banner. Miss Mary, this good old open to work banner. We got to talk about it. So, sometimes an open to work banner is useful because it tells people, hey, considering new opportunities. The problem is the message that it sends. So, some recruiters are very close minded and some hiring managers are as well. So I've had hiring managers say specifically, Emily, I don't want anybody that's got the open to work banner. Is this a great point? No. This isn't great. But it's just one of the hard truths. So there are some recruiters and some hiring managers that love that signal, right? Because they don't have to play games. They know you're open and exploring new opportunities, but a lot of people are thinking, well, if Mary's willing to let the whole world know that she's open to new opportunities, what happened? Right? Why is Mary so comfortable broadcasting that? Or why does she have to broadcast that? So it could send the signal that something is wrong. And that's really not the point of the open to work banner. So you have to make that decision for yourself if that's something that you think is important to you or not. I will tell you that some people see it as a little bit of a red flag. So that's up to you. I'm just giving you some insight, right? We're dealing with human impression, right? And the brain automatically leans towards the negative. So when someone sees the open to work banner, they're not thinking, "Oh, let's go talk to Mary. She'd be willing to hear me out." They think, "Hmm, I wonder what happened here." So that's why one of my tips on a resume, I don't feel, hey, Victor, who is our video editor, please don't save this as a video. But in the United States, a very common practice is leaving your most recent experience on as present versus ending the experience. Now, we're not lying. We're not lying. Just we haven't updated our resume yet. And then what you do so you're not lying is when you get that interview, and guys, like I feel so like grimy in telling you this, but it's just the truth. Some people hate the truth, some people are open to it, and I'm just giving you the truth and what I've seen. So, what I've seen is people leave their resume as present with their most recent experience, and then right before the interview, or maybe a day before, whatever you're comfortable with, send your updated resume with the end date. So that way there's not that awkward conversation when you're in the interview. Oh, what are you doing at X, Y, and Z? Oh, actually, right? Send that resume, the updated resume with the end date before you meet the person. It clarifies, and it's not leaving it as an awkward, what happened here kind of conversation. So that would be my suggestion for you. And it does say that you are a professional development 1 year to 10 months. That's perfectly fine. What I do like about your background is you've got some good longevity. Alexander, my mentor, said the same thing about open to work banner. He doesn't like it. If we were talking like 8 years ago, I think it was perceived differently. I know as a recruiter, how long have I been? A long time. I know when I first started, it was really helpful because I knew who to reach out to. But after a while, it does, you meet so many people with the open to work banner on some of them have it on for a reason. So you just don't want to be lumped in there. Again, sorry for the background noise if you can hear that. Um, I noticed, Mary, you reposted something earlier today. Fabulous. I love that. So it's important to be active on LinkedIn. Why? People want to make sure that when they're reaching out to someone that actually is on LinkedIn, right? There's plenty of people that have a LinkedIn profile that never read their messages. And going back to connection requests, which we were discussing earlier, is you only have, sorry, I don't know if you can hear that. I can hear that through my noise canceling headphones. You only have 100 connection requests to send out. So someone might be selective about who they're reaching out to based off LinkedIn activity. Let's talk about LinkedIn posting for a second. So LinkedIn posting it's not a popularity contest. It's not about the likes, it's about the views. LinkedIn posting, someone taught me this and I thought it was incredible. LinkedIn posting is about staying top of mind. It's about getting your name out there multiple times. So it's interesting, if someone is more familiar with something or they've seen it multiple times, they're more likely to have a positive reaction for it, right? So you can kind of see this with commercials on TV. You see the Reese's Pieces commercial, 3 times a night or day. You're more likely to make a purchase, right? Because it becomes more familiar to you, unless you're allergic to peanut butter. But that's kind of one of the thought of like marketing is the more you see it, the more comfortable you are, the more you're likely to buy it or do whatever with it. So when you post, your name becomes more familiar. They're more likely to interact or actually read the post. Or if they're hiring, think about you. I also see that you have an open to work post. I'm not upset about that. I'm not upset about open to work posts. However, I think it should be, and I'm not going to open this post right now, but I think it needs to be very tasteful and also entertaining. So it's not just, I'm open to work, I'd love a job. It's got to be, you know, I'm passionate about growth. Again, I'm not writing this post for you off the top of my head, but it's got to be like, have you ever thought about your next step? I've always dreamed that blah, 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 blah. Right. Um, I've got like ideas running for like an open to work post now. But anyway, you want it to not just be what's the word I'm looking for? You don't want it just to be an advertisement that you're open to work. You want to make an engaging post about it. So at the top of your profile, you've got, this is like a terrible, I need to go back to my computer. So you've got can you even see this? Top skills, and you've also got a summary and about section. So let's pop open the about section. Ooh, what I like about this is it's broken down into basically bullet points. It's not just one big chunk of text. So project program analyst with 10 plus years supporting enterprise IT, PMO environments, and regulated industries. I bring structure, visibility, and execution discipline. Love that. To complex initiatives. Now, here's my one complaint. You've got an M dash in here. So I don't want anyone else to know that you're using AI. So just guys, AI, perfectly fine. Helpful, useful, love everything about it. Don't let other people know you're using it. I like that you've got core strengths. I also like that you've got target roles. That's something that's really interesting that I haven't seen before. And what's cool about this section is it adds keywords to your profile. So if I'm a recruiter, which I am, and I'm looking for PMO analyst, you have that word on your profile as well as on your experience. You're more likely to come up in my search. So I actually really like that. Alexandria, I post quite a few times per week about an article I read with summaries, conferences I attend, pictures. Yeah, absolutely. Great way to be kept top of mind. Top skills, beautiful. Now, here's what I want to compliment you on. Hold on a second. Okay. So underneath each experience, you have put skills and attached them to each experience. This is the new LinkedIn hack. So LinkedIn is pulling from keywords. The more of the same keywords you have, the higher up on the list you come up. By tagging a skill to each position, you are then repeating that keyword one more time. So I don't think LinkedIn, and LinkedIn, don't watch this video, I don't think they've picked that up yet. So definitely attach your job titles that you're most interested in or qualified for to each position. Let's move to education. What I do like is you do not have dates of education on your profile. This tells people how old you are, right? It dates you. It tells people, and people are going to look at that information and decide, does Mary deserve this salary? Is this title appropriate? Age does not depend, like, age doesn't matter, in my opinion. Age shouldn't matter if you're ready for a CMO role or more ready for a marketing manager. It's about your skills. So glad that you don't have, can you guys hear that? Let me know if you can hear that. I'll be so sad if you can hear that, but I'll feel much better if you cannot. Please let me know. Alexandria, yes, I can check your profile. Would love to. Licenses and certifications, beautiful skills. You've got 95 skills. Do you guys remember when you could only have 50? I love that LinkedIn is like expanding here. So you've got 95 skills. You can have 5 more. Don't be shy. But your top 2 skills are project governance and project coordination and management. You can organize these skills. So if those are the 2 that you want to be your top seen on your profile, great. If you want to change that, you can drag and drop. Recommendations, 7, fabulous. The only gripe I have here is they look to be a little old. So most recent 2024, previous to that 2018. So I would ask for more recommendations. Okay, so you can't hear that, Mary. Thank you so much. I feel a lot better now. So the more the merrier on recommendations. I think too many is weird unless you're like selling something or like actually like for me, I help people find jobs, right? So, you know, I've done this a lot, so I have a lot of recommendations. But I do think it would be appropriate to ask for a couple updated ones. Now, what you don't want to do, Hunter, come here. Come here. Sorry, hold on 1 second. Come here. He's got a little hair in his mouth. Come here. Bubs. Right here. Come here. Oh my God, I'm so sorry to break this conversation. Come here. You're like climbing Mount Everest right now. Come here. Okay, hold on. Okay. Okay, we got it. All right, sorry about that. So recommendations, let's get some updated ones, but don't ask for them all at the same time because then it's like, what day is today? I don't even know. That's where my life. Oh, it's May. It's May 6th. So you don't want to ask for 2 recommendations on May 6th because then it shows when they post that recommendation that they posted them both on May 6th. And we want to set the illusion that people are giving these recommendations without you asking. But we have to ask. So when you are asking, you want to say to this person, hey, would you write me a thoughtful recommendation for LinkedIn? Emphasis thoughtful. You don't want someone to say, hey, Mary's great, hire her. You want them to really give this some thought. And in my opinion, if you want something, make it as easy as possible for that person to give it to you. So if you want a thoughtful LinkedIn recommendation, let's write it for them. Hey, put this draft together, or hey, put these bullet points together. Make it easy for them. I think it's hard to write recommendations sometimes because it's like, what do you say? So help them with that. Just looking if there's anything else that I missed on your profile. Courses, 33, honors and awards, organizations, interest, and causes. Yeah, this looks beautiful. So only thing I would change the open to work banner, the banner photo. Let's send out some more connections, especially in the regulated industries. So you can also search by company. So if you wanted to, connect with more people in Bank of America, search PMP Bank of America or PMP select company, Bank of America, select location, Chicago. You are more likely to connect with someone when they are in your same area. Okay. Mary, was that helpful? I hope that was helpful. Let's go back to Sarab, Singapore. Sarab, let me know if you're still in the chat here. Okay, Mary agrees. Beautiful. Who is still here? Let me know. Alexandria, I know you are still here. Let me look you up, girlfriend. I can type a lot faster when I'm on my computer. Sandra. Alexandra, you are not coming up on my search results. Let me know where you're located, and that might be able to help me get your profile up here. So Rob, are you still with us? Okay, hold on one second. Bear, this dog is like, I have a Newfie and he thinks he's a lap dog. It's okay. Don't step on my computer, please. Or my iPhone. This is Bear. Come here. Over here. Say hi. Oh, he's a big boy. This is Bear. He's our mascot. Okay. Thank you so much. Yes. Okay. Thank you for joining the chat, Bear. All right. I'll hang out with you later. Okay. You can hear his heavy breathing. I apologize. Oh, okay. We're gonna get it, ladies. Stop. All right. Hold on. I gotta make sure I'm not missing any comments. Okay, I was missing comments. Marilee, do you have any opening for comms or PR? Not right now. Alexandra V. Oh, Miami. Okay, beautiful. Sarab's here too. So let me look at Sarab. Yes. Oh, Bear. Bear, you're not making this happy. Glad you get to meet all my pets. Okay, let me search Singapore, see if you come up. That is not what I needed. See all people results. Oh my gosh, LinkedIn, why aren't you good on the app? Okay, LinkedIn, if you're listening, update your apps, my dude. Ah, gotcha. Okay, same profile picture. Bada bing, bada boom. All right. Am I pronouncing your name correctly, Sarab? Please let me know. Otherwise, I'm making a fool out of myself. Okay. I found you right here. Thank you for letting me know you're in Singapore. That works. So, tagline founding engineer, Gen AI, LLM, via tech systems, Singapore. Okay. So when you put founding engineer, I think that's great experience. But I think one of the challenges is well, if Sarab is a founding engineer, why would he be open to new opportunities? So you may want to switch that title. That's totally up to you. That is just an opinion. I like the background photo, right? It's a laptop, it's got the world on it. It's nice. And it also gives me like the appearance that you're a developer. So the one thing in your tagline is it says Apple via tech systems. I don't think you need that. I think you could just put Apple. Tech systems is a recruiting firm, doesn't really matter. So when I was in staffing, and I did like hourly staffing, people would put, Discover, or would just put the recruiting firm. And it's like, you did not work for the recruiting firm, you worked for Discover. So I always suggested they put on Discover, not the recruiting firm. Sorry, I'm just reading and going through this. So, shh, everybody, shh. Hunter, stop it. Okay, I'm sorry. This is what my life is. Bear, stop. Guys, we're live. We're live. Please help me. Hunter, stop. Okay. So, sorry. I am an AI ML engineer focused on building real world. Come here. Come here. Crazy pants. Stay right here. Stay right here. At Apple, I worked on LLM driven application and agentic AI feature that enhance content understanding across Apple Media products. Beautiful. My core strengths. I love that you have your core strengths here. It's just another way to repeat your skills. Sorry, this dog is. He's really a sweetheart, but he's just feisty today. Media featured. So absolutely love that you've got your resume on your LinkedIn profile. What I don't love is it's got your phone number and your email on it. My concern there is that people now have your contact information. So I would take that part off, keep the website, keep the LinkedIn, keep the GitHub. It's my okay, guys. Why is my not charging? Okay. I like this resume though. It's clean, it's crisp, it's clear. Um Going back to the profile, portfolio website, beautiful. One thing I'd like to compliment you on is your LinkedIn profile picture. You look very friendly, and that's half the battle, right? LinkedIn, very visual platform. So if you look grumpy, if you look like a crab apple, less people are going to reach out. If you look very, excuse me, if you look very friendly, more people are going to reach out. Do you like the yellow theme? Always be branding. Okay, that just dropped. That's fine. I'm a mess today, so bear with me. I still wanted to be here, but we're a little discombobulated. Okay, so 3 weeks ago, post, beautiful, again, friendly photo. Um, Founding engineer, lead AI engineer, architect. Let's press see more. So one of the things that I didn't mention this to Mary was don't be afraid to put a sentence about what the company does. I know that companies like to hire people that come from similar backgrounds because you don't need any ramp up time, right? You can just jump in head first, you know what you're doing, you're not going to sink. So I think putting a sentence educating the reader, hey, I come from similar organizations. Not only does this add keywords, but it educates the reader that you have a similar background. Now, you might be asking, Emily, why is that important? Well, I'm so glad you asked. So, how do I say this? Um, who is our first line of defense? Who are the people flipping through resumes all day, every day, scouring LinkedIn for profiles? These tend to be people with 1 to 2 years of experience. We put them in a specific generation. And that generation does not have a great reputation for work ethic, attention to detail. I'm not, generalizing everybody. I'm just saying this is a trend. So I worry that some of these people aren't necessarily going to your LinkedIn profile, doing a deep dive into these companies and making sure it's a match. They're really just looking at keywords. So if you put a sentence about what the company does, it's going to optimize and basically set those people up for success in identifying that you're the right fit. So, sense about what the company does helps a lot. Tech systems, Apple, just put Apple, unless you're not allowed to. Some people aren't allowed to. Mary, true. Girl, don't I know it? Um, the only thing I would suggest here is using bullet points is great. I don't know if you can see this or not, but mm, see how this bullet point is further away than this bullet point? See how there's like little spaces right there? Just delete the extra spaces so that way it doesn't look like you used AI or Microsoft Word copy paste. Education, let's take those dates of education right off. That part doesn't matter. Ooh, I see you put your grade. I don't necessarily know that that matters, but okay, good to know. Skills 100, right on the head there with 100 skills. Again, those can be organized. So right now yours are requirements gathering and business requirements. I'm willing to bet we should put like AI there, AI engineer. You have a recommendation from 2024, one, totally fine, but you also have on your LinkedIn profile received and given, and it looks like you received one and you gave one to that same person. You can turn that off so people can't see who you've recommended because this just looks like you swapped recommendations. And it's okay if you did that, but we don't want anyone else to know. All right, beautiful. So that's your profile. Let me scroll up one more time, make sure I didn't miss anything. I do like your about section. I also like, you guys can't see this. I also like on your about section how you bullet pointed a couple of these things. You just see my window here. You've bullet pointed and like made them bold, some of the experience here or the core strengths. I like that. It helps it stand out. Was that helpful? I hope that was helpful. Feedback welcome. Always looking to iterate and make this better for you guys. All right. Alexandra V. Flux, if you could, I'm having a hard time finding you on my LinkedIn. But I do this every Wednesday. If you'd like to come next Wednesday, I can actually look your profile up on my computer because that's not working for me. Alexandra. Okay, LinkedIn for the iPad sucks. Search. I mean, seriously, LinkedIn, do you need help recruiting a developer? Because I know a couple that could be, really useful to both you and me. Miami. Seriously, LinkedIn, like get it together. Alexandra, I'm so sorry you are not coming up on my search results. I'd love to help if you want to join next week. It would be great. I really would like to help. All right, so Rob said yes. Fabulous. Just make sure I didn't miss anything. All right. I'm so glad it helped. Zach. Oh, Zach. Hello. It's been okay. So, Zach, hold on 1 second. I want to get to Ashley, but let me read your comment. Hi, Emily. It's been a while since I've done a resume review and I could use your advice. I recently transitioned from AML fraud investigations to risk controls and governance as the industry shifts more towards AI and automation. Since my new role and department are both newly created, I'm trying to figure out how to best rebrand my LinkedIn from investigator to AML fraud governance with limited direct experience so far. Okay, beautiful. Zach, great to see you. Thank you for joining again. I will get to you as right after we get to Ashley. Let's see. And then Olan, I will do my best to try to pull you up. I will do my best. Oh, I have to sneeze. Ashley. My iPad isn't charging. CH91. Gotcha right here. Okay, you pulled right up. Very unique name then. Okay, don't low power mode me. No, 1 second, guys. Close some of these apps. Oh, I got a lot of apps open. Okay. Okay, my bad. Turn my screen brightness down. Okay, here we go. It means I can't screen share. I mean, not like I could already, but it's going to be hard for me to show you the screen. Okay. VP People Operations, Global HR and Employment, Distributed Workforce, Compensation, HR Automation, open to VP Head of People roles. Okay, beautiful. So I do not mind that in the tagline at the very end it says open to roles. I don't mind that. It's a great way to not put the open to work banner on. Instead of open to, it could be exploring. And then your banner photo. Do you know the iPad did like this new, there it is. Okay, they did like the whole everything goes into like web pages. Not a fan. Okay, so banner photo. I actually like it's your last name. It's your last name. It tells me who you are, and then it says clarity for complex growth. I like that. That's nice. All right, about section. Right off the bat, I see an M dash. Let's get rid of that. I spent 15 years building people and culture systems for fast growing global teams. M dash. I'm looking at you. From early stage startups to networks of 600 plus frontier tech companies. Along the way, I've designed career frameworks, blah, blah, blah. You are missing a space between without losing speed, period, space. Now I've launched Frankly to bring that expertise directly to founders and leaders who need clarity and leverage as they grow. You should reach out when. What I do, okay, the emojis are nice. I I don't like too many emojis though. What I do like about emojis is they inspire emotion, right? Emoji is emotion. But um, especially as a woman, sometimes emojis can come off as too emotional or too creative. So it makes it a little bit less professional. I think if you were to do like the green check mark, that would be a little more professional. I don't mind them. I'm just giving you the opinion of some of the people I've worked with. All right, 2 months ago, one post. My friend, if you are, wait, have we met before? I feel like we've met before. Have we met before? So if you are currently in a role, which is your own company, people are going to be confused about why you're open to new opportunities. So one of the things I would do, so fractional head of people, I'm glad you didn't put founder. And founding experience is tough, right? Some people see founding experience as, oh, they've learned a bunch of different lessons. They know what to do and what not to do, what works and what hasn't. And then some people think, well, if they were such a great leader, such a great founder, why would they be looking for work? Also, guys, it's 12:03. I've got to wrap up here shortly. Um, full-time hire, recruiting. Okay, so the description about Frankly is good. Polaris Labs. Okay, beautiful. So here's what I like about Polaris. Let me turn my brightness up so you can see this really quickly. Okay, so I know this is so terrible. My iPad is so dirty. All right, description about what she did. A little, here's some of what I built. Bullet point, bullet point, bullet point. LinkedIn is great because in order to like expand this, you have to press, where is it? I'm doing a great job right now. You have to press more and then it expands the whole thing. So what's great is you can have a lot more detail on your LinkedIn profile than you can have on a resume. Don't forget to put a sentence about what a company does. Now, usually in a LinkedIn profile, in a resume, we don't want to put the word I. However, I do think on a LinkedIn page, it is, sorry, I was reading a comment. I think on a LinkedIn page, it brings some human, it just, it makes your page personal, right? I think if it's overly professional without the word I, it makes it a little bit less approachable. So don't be afraid to use the word I on a LinkedIn profile. On a resume, do not use. On a LinkedIn profile, it's okay. Skills 100. Make sure those are the top two you would like up there. Education, beautiful. No dates, love that. Recommendations, beautiful. So you've got two, one from 2017 and one from 2025. Courses, organizations, SHRM, beautiful. So overall, one, I think this resume, this LinkedIn profile really gives me a good idea about who you are. I feel like I have an understanding. Alexandra, don't worry about it. It's just because there's so many Alexandra V's. I would make your last name public and then we'll be able to find you better. Um, yeah, I've got a really good idea about who you are, but I also understand what you've built. I like the way you've laid out your LinkedIn profile. It's very easy to read. So I enjoy this profile. Thank you so much for coming to this event so I could look at this. The only thing I would say, Ashley, if you are going to do recruiting, we need to bump up the network connections that you have, right? I get recruiter reach outs all the time for people that just want to be in my network. And I'm assuming they just want to steal my network or use me for credibility. But I have like crypto recruiters that have like 5 mutual connections. And I'm just like, how do we only have 5 mutual connections if you've been doing this for 3 years? So I would bump that up, especially if you want to focus on recruiting. I don't think that's what you mainly want to do, but I would either drop the recruiting aspect to it or build out more connections. Hope that is, oh, Ashley, absolutely, my pleasure. Let's us 12:06. So I got to go in like 10 minutes. Jones, Emily just joined in. Definitely my first time here, but I've been following up from your X account. Thank you. Well, I do hope to stick around here, but if you don't mind, could you check my bios? I just started working on my LinkedIn. Would appreciate if you do. Gratitude. Absolutely. Let's go back to Zachary first. And then I will go to you, my friend. Hold on 1 second. My old friend Zachary. We've been talking for like years and years and years. Zachary. Telling you. LinkedIn, do better. Okay, there you go. Got you. Hunter, you're fine, baby. Nothing even happened to you. Come here. You're okay. Okay. I don't know if you heard him squeal. I apologize. Come here, Spaz. Okay, so risk and monitoring analyst 3 at Coinbase. And you just got moved after a month. Risk and monitoring analyst 3. I would just educate the reader and really explain, like, here's what I'm doing now. So what I'm seeing in your profile is you've got a big chunk of text. Let's bullet point that out. Let's also talk about, how the role has changed. So you can say initially hired as a TMS compliance analyst, recently promoted to this, focusing on this, a new initiative at Coinbase. So I think that's like the easiest way to get that done. Does that help? And it was short, but I feel like that helps. All right, and then we've got Jones Emmanuel. I really do have to go after this. Okay, that is not how you spell Jones. Joe Jones, I'm so sorry you're not coming up on my iPad. If you would like to join next week, you're more than welcome to. And I will then be on my computer. They'll be done with my roof. So I'll be able to actually open your profile. So anyway, let me scan. Okay, let me just do one more thing just to make sure I haven't missed any notifications here. Oh, the quality is so bad. All right, no more comments for me. Thank you so much for coming to Hired and Wired. Oh, my last ask for you guys. I'm kind of doing like a content overhaul. I really want to bring the most value to you. So please let me know what you're looking for, whether it's new jobs, whether it's industry updates, career, how to, grow in your career updates. Just let me know what you'd like to see. Because I'd love to give you what you are looking for. So thank you all so much for coming to Hired and Wired. It was great to read your comments, see you here. I hope you all have wonderful weeks. I will be here next Wednesday, 10:30 Central, not 11:30 Central, 10:30 Central, 11:30 Eastern. If you need anything in the meantime, you know where I am. Have a wonderful rest of your day.